Welcome to the second part of the October update. In this video I'll be doing a local running session through the station area, and I'll also be giving a quick review and some feedback on the Class 58 from Olivia's Trains, which is a limited edition that I just picked up this month. I hope you enjoy the video, and any comments, please post them. This is the latest release in the Class 58 from Heljan. This time it's in association with Olivia's Trains. Olivia's commissioned I think 5 or 6 of these different liveried Class 58s for their latest releases, and this one is in the classic BR grey red rail freight livery. Olivia's are doing 2 in this livery. My one has got the orange cantrail stripe along the top roofline, and the other one in this livery has not. This one, as you can see, is 58036, and it's item number 58231. It's an 8-pin DCC. I fitted the DCC chip myself. It's very easy. It's just held on. The shell's just held on by 4 lugs that unclip, and the body comes away very easily. Being a Heljan locomotive, it is extremely smooth and a great runner. The motor in Heljan locos is just great. I've got a Class 27 and a Class 26 from Heljan, and they are very powerful locomotives, this one being no exception. They are very heavy locos. This particular loco is not only heavy, but it's very long. That's where the 58s, they were designed for heavy freight, and they were at home pulling the HAA and HFA hoppers for coal, which obviously I've got quite a sizable rake of. It pulls these with ease. The detail in it is exquisite. It's got small data panels there, and obviously the class panel there showing you the weight of the loco, etc. Separately fitted white handrails at both ends on both sides. The detail, if I spin it round here, on the end is also pretty impressive. It's got the pipe work and couplings fitted. I don't know if you can pick that up quite on the camera, but the pipe work and fittings are there, the jumper cables, etc., and the headlights. This is a fine white handrail along the top there, which is very delicately fitted on very small clips. You can probably see one at the point of my toothpick there. Individually fitted windscreen wipers and very good fine detail on the grille there. This is my second one. The first one arrived from Olivia's with the corner here bent in, but to be fair to Olivia's, I phoned them up, said send it straight back, and within 3 days I had another one in the house. So can't fault Olivia's Trains. I've dealt with them several times in the past, and this was another, easy to deal with transaction. As I say, they're £125 for this particular one. I think the price has gone up for if you ordered it after a certain date, then the price would go up slightly due to manufacturing increases. These were only announced at the beginning of the year, and they were due out in December. But Heljan seem to have bucked the trend of Bachmann and Hornby, and they've brought it out early, so full credit to Heljan for that. Application of the BR sign and the rail freight sign is just crisp, it's first class, as is the paint application. There's no faults, flaws or problems I've had, which same can't be said for the other manufacturers which I've bought logos of recently that I've had to go back because of paint blemishes and problems. But touch wood, this one seems to be in great condition. The fans do not rotate. The fans on the roof don't rotate. If I just pan the camera up a wee bit, they're separately fitted in there, red fans, but they don't rotate, which is fine because that just draws efficiency from the motor anyway, as do the Class 56 from Hornby. And I'll turn this round. The only issue that some people might have is, if I tilt it back, on early releases some issues, sorry, some people might have. This is quite a wide loco, so you just got to watch your clearances at platforms, etc. Driver steps there, and the bogies are well moulded. You get extra or separate bogie detail in the pack if you want to model later versions, I'm assuming. And one thing that Heljan have done on this one, which they didn't do on their first class 58s that they released, is that these grills are black, and on the real loco the grills were black. So if you bought an earlier release in this, you might have had to spray these black yourself if you were so inclined, but these have come already fitted with black grills, which is an improvement, so well done to Heljan, and I'm assuming Olivia's had a big input into that as well. The buffers are sprung, and it's got NEM pockets there, as you'd expect. And I really am. I wasn't a fan of the Class 58. I think it looks a bit, industrial. It's not aesthetically pleasing, but it certainly was a functional engine that, in my opinion, was taken out of service before its time. They weren't around for long, but they are heavy-duty freight vehicles. Quite impressed. If you've got any questions or any experiences with your Class 58s from Heljan, then again I'd like to hear from you. But we'll see it in action. Well, that's really it for the October update part 2, and hope you enjoyed the review of the Class 58 there from Heljan, and the short running session I put together for you. Next month my attention will turn to 2 or 3 things. Hopefully I'll try and get some track down behind the station here, behind the signal box, along to the east end, with anticipation on the new year of expanding that raised area along at the ends there and starting to work on that, get some more plywood. I'll also be looking at scenic areas in the new year, styrofoam, some plaster bandage. Not sure whether to make this a closely mown area, like gardens, or make it more overgrown and wild with bushes, plants, etc. So any suggestions on that, actually give us a shout. It will be a slight incline, and I'll put a backboard up there, and it will be nature, trees and bushes. There'll be no houses and stuff. That's going to be for the town area someday. I'll also be turning my attention to putting platform lighting. What I've ended up doing is I've searched for some from kites lights and DCC concepts, ones that I've got here. I've also looked at express models, but the only one I can really get that really suits the width of my platforms, which are quite narrow, and 2, the quality of the light that I want, is these DCC concepts modern lamps, the singles and the doubles. They're ridiculously expensive. That was £48. I think that was around about the same. So I've got about £100 worth of lights here, and I need another pack of these. Where will these go? Well, they'll go on the uncovered areas of the station, so maybe get 4 along here, 3 there, 3 here, and then a couple at the other end where it's not covered. And the single ones will double up in the car park lights as well. They're very white, not the kind of yellowish tinge that I wanted, but as I say, the ones that I looked at from kites, etc., aren't just quite the right size and quite the right standard that I was kind of looking for, quite the right shape. Inside under the canopy I'll be looking at LEDs. I'll put a rig running right along the top, and maybe 3-4 LEDs in each half, if you like, at the roof. I don't want it lit up like a Christmas tree. It will be very kind of dingily lit, and again hopefully I'll get lights and lamps or LEDs to match the shade of these. If not, I don't suppose it really matters. The station's already lit with warm LEDs. I might do the same for under the canopy with the cooler ones outside here, using the adjustable height DCC concepts. These come with kind of wee PCB boards, but I think it's quite fiddly, and they also come with resistors. I'll probably just solder them in. Although the soldering at the back here, the diagram is kind of weird, because it looks like it's got the resistors, which are the top parts, into the negative line, and the positive doesn't go through resistors, which is, well, anyone does electronics, that's wrong. You always put the resistor in the positive, and even DCC Concepts emailed me and said that, but it contradicts their kind of PCB board, hence why I think I'm more comfortable going with the resistors into the positive line. I have tried this, and it does work by following this, believe it or not. Bit of a mystery to me, but I've already blown one of them, which is about £8 a light, which is rather annoying. That's it for now. Hopefully in progress gets on, you'll see a bit more action around the station, some more scenic details, and then we can start turning our attention to finishing off the car park. Thanks very much for watching. Cheerio just now.